Hello, I'm BX and welcome back to the video. Today I have something that's hopefully going to be inspiration to at least some of you out there, because even though I don't consider myself a builder in Minecraft, I mean I occasionally build stuff, but I'm not really a builder in Minecraft, I figured I would give you some inspiration that might, make you go, oh yeah, that would be cool to do that. Because while I was recreating the battle minigame lobby, I realized that you can actually place paintings on pressure plates. And I know this is probably obvious knowledge for a lot of you, but to me that was like, wow, you can just do that? That's really strange. I didn't know that, and made me think, wait, if this is possible, what else is possible? So today what I figured I would do is I would show you some of the really weird placements for paintings in Minecraft, because as I kept testing more and more things, it worked in weirder and weirder places, and maybe you can use these to your advantage, because I'll give you a few particular examples that I think can be used for at least something at some point in time. So hopefully you do all enjoy today's video, showing you where you can place paintings that you might not have figured, as well as carpet and stuff like that. If you do enjoy today's video, like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like this sort of thing. But with that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start with the very first thing, which is the fact that you can place paintings on pretty much any solid block. So obviously you look at a wood block and you're like, yep, I can place my painting there, but this also applies to other blocks, which, I don't know, don't seem quite so obvious to me, like the chest, for instance. Even though the chest isn't a full block in terms of size, you can see it's got some spare space, you can place the paintings, and it just kind of places a tiny bit off the chest, which is weird to look at, but it's something you can do if you want to make your chest only accessible from above. That's how you can do it, just surround it with paintings. But it also works on stuff like the jukebox, stuff like the, when that's gone, stuff like the jukebox, stuff like the crafting table, stuff like even the furnace, even when there's a thing on it, even like, anvils, enchantment tables. Pretty much any solid block can have, the paintings placed on it, which is really interesting because most of the time you don't want to replace your furnace face with a painting. I mean, in this case, we make a really weird block, but you might want to replace, say, a fence painting with that. So yeah, like I said, even solid blocks that don't make too much sense, like this fence over here, we can go ahead and we can place some, some paintings on there. And the reason we're doing this, and the reason this is advantageous, is because, for instance, here we have a gap between the fences. We can make a really cool secret entrance that's even better than a normal one, because if people can't see through the gap, which admittedly you can do like that, but if people are looking like this, they won't know that there's a gap between the two fences and that they can go right through like this. So yeah, it's a handy little way to have like a secret way between two places. I think so anyway, and here's a similar thing over here, using the thing, just like that, sneak through the gap, and a lot of people won't spot that. So yeah, you can place paintings on pretty much any solid object, even the ones that really don't make too much sense. Like, you'd figure it wouldn't work on glass, but it works just fine on glass, and we'll come back to that later. But yeah, basically any block in the game that's a solid block, even weird ones like the bed, will accept paintings on them. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to where else it's weird, because just a solid block is, okay, that's kind of nice, pretty much any solid block, but even if there's something on the solid block, you can, still place something there. So if, for instance, there is Neverwart in front of this melon block, you can still place a thing behind it, which to me at least is pretty bizarre, because even though this takes up a block, it's not a true block in itself, which means if we want to, the same will work with carrots. Boom, got a painting hidden behind the carrots. This isn't too useful by itself, but when you take this to stuff like, torches, like over there, or with stuff like signs, this means you can place, either paintings on top of signs, like so, or you can place them behind signs, which is really, really useful, because just like this, you can see how it's also used, I was going to actually say that in a second, but you can also do it to place stuff behind fluids, like lava and water. So for instance, over here, you can see how we're going to have a painting, which is behind a sign and behind lava, which is really, really cool. The fact that you can have, like your painting hidden behind lava. Exactly why you need to do that is beyond me, but I think this one in particular, having the signs in front of it, is really, really useful, because it kind of gives, like, let's say you have an art gallery somewhere, it looks like the painting's being hidden, or it's under wraps, or something like that, and I think it gives, like, a whole new look to the painting. So, yeah, if you've ever wanted to do that, you can, okay, well, let's just get a regular size painting, you can do so by making it like this. What's behind the painting? I mean, you probably know, but yeah, it's a cool way to kind of give a new look to it. So, as well as just having stuff like that, for instance, which I think is pretty cool, you can have it behind buttons to kind of hide like the front of it, which is, I don't know, it's a bit weird, but you might want to do it. You can have it when there's like text on the sign saying something like that, but basically, yeah, even if there's a block on top of it, just because as long as it's not an item frame or a painting, you can actually place stuff on top of it, which to me at least is pretty cool, but also pretty bizarre. So yeah, just like this, have some paintings going around both sides of the thing in a weird way, that like the paintings on the side of the painting. I don't know, it's pretty strange stuff. But yeah, with that said, let's move on to other kind of the weird things, because this is where things get really strange in my opinion. Did I just fall down a hole? I did. So this is where things get really strange in my opinion, so let's just hope that doesn't decimate, because you can also place them on the side of particular things that I feel like are particularly useful. So for instance, glass over here, when you place paintings on the side of glass, you actually remove the glass look from that side of the thing. So if we surround all of this glass over here with these paintings, then all you can see assuming you don't look at the paintings, is this kind of wood around them, which is really, really bizarre because it makes it look like it's a giant wooden block. And if we place carpet above here, then you can see how besides this glass up here, it looks like you do just have this weird wooden box, which doesn't actually exist, just paintings on nothing. And obviously a lot of people might work out it's glass, but if you just keep doing this all the way around, for instance, so just go around here, place the same paintings, it doesn't matter if they're double paintings or not, just as long as they're around, then you can kind of make it look like you've got wooden boxes that are just kind of stacked on top of each other. And I think that's a really cool effect personally, because I mean, look at that, it's like a, wait, how do I probably show this? It's like a series of wooden boxes in there, and yeah, if you ever want to do this, you can do that by placing paintings on the side of stuff. So that was kind of cool to me, but I know to most people would be like, I don't know how useful that is personally. Then maybe what you might find better is the fact that if we go to our redstone, you can actually hide redstone with paintings, because redstone repeaters and any, base redstone like this can be hidden away behind paintings. So the reason this would become useful, so if you want, you can even place carpet on top, I believe. The reason this would be useful is so you can actually hide your redstone from anyone, who wants to see it. Because when it's like this, you could have a long series of repeaters and no one would know what's back there. It would look exactly the same, so bear in mind this looks exactly the same as if we have the same thing, but with, say, TNT. Like, you just place a carpet there, place a thing on top there. As long as people can't see either the right or left side, whatever's behind that block is entirely hidden, and the fact that it's redstone is pretty darn cool if you ask me. So, yeah, you can hide redstone using paintings, you can hide, signs using paintings, or I guess you can hide paintings using the signs, and you can also hide pretty much any block you want to, because paintings are, they'll go on a surprising number of things, and if you ever think to yourself, like, painting definitely won't work there, so for instance, some of the ones I thought was like, oh yeah, so webs, definitely no. Nope, it works just fine on webs. And even, we've got the spider painting, how perfect. But yeah, there's a lot of things where even though it seems like it would make no sense to have the painting on the side, you can do it anyway. My favorite example is the redstone and with the glass, but maybe you were inspired a bit more by the, the fact that you can have torches on there, or the fact that you can do it on signs. I know, there's a whole bunch of cool possibilities, and I hope one of them inspired you. And if not, here's a cool thing you can do with carpet. You can place it on top of signs and hide some of the text on there. So yeah, maybe that inspires you if not. But with that said, I hope you did all enjoy today's video. I hope you learned something in here. If you did all enjoy it, like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets know you do like these sorts of videos. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them dead on your homepage. Signs, as you can see, are one of the very few blocks that can't be hidden like this, but still, it creates a whole new block kind of thing. And yeah, if you're building and you want to do some weird illusions, maybe something in here was just for you. And if it wasn't, then I don't know. Follow me at IBXToyCat for reasons. But besides that, I hope you did all enjoy today's video, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.